And we are back in the office of this guy. Yeah.
Mr. Dubois, every worker... To hell with it. Every worker is white. Now, what can I do for you today?
I'm good for you now. I have, So we got a couple things to do here. We gotta get 2 signatures. We got the smoker. We got to find the almond gloves. Wash off that death smell. And morale. Well, close the waterlock. It's it. Testing contest. We gotta ask him about that afterwards. Renee. We can call the station Lazarus. Sort out the health issues. I mean, I might just head back to see what's in the building. We'll see. I'm kind of curious. What was in the building of the thing we just door that we unlocked. Curiosity did kill the cat though, so bro, what am I going? I forget how I got here. Right there. Go up these steps. And yeah.
Hola, wandering man.
How's Annette doing?
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
No. We'll put some points into suggestion as soon as we can. I do like connecting with people.
Hello again, officers. Have you...
Catch you later, Cindy. Right then. Kuna West. What's in here?
There must be another way into the building.
It always sounds weird over there. I don't like it. But anyways. Oh. We're about to step into this building. What's gonna happen? Are we gonna find somebody waiting for us? No.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others.
I'm not gonna mess with the mugs yet. Fantasy heroes. Bro, I am not. Oh my gosh, it's a +1 logic though. No, we must resist. my gosh, we got enough magnesium, we don't need another one. Alright, what if I tapped on the mug? No, I don't
A
care.
row of mugs sits.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Alright. I could have taken some stuff, but yeah, I'm sure this might count against me or something eventually. I don't know. Alright, whatever. Anyways, we supposedly got. Wait, what happened? Something.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. Your breath grows heavier.
Examine closer.
You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back like an endless row of tiny black holes. Sweat starts trickling down your brow.
This is bad mojo, man! Fucking horrible mojo! The end draws near!
Down your necktie.
Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in, caving in, ever tighter. Your breathing grows even heavier.
You okay there?
Yeah, I started feeling really bad for a second.
Might be the after effects of your past escapades. What are you
What's
looking
with
at?
all these bullet holes? I've seen a lot of them around.
Remnants from the revolution. These are over half a century
So
old.
no crime has happened to them?
Perhaps a crime of a sort ages ago. But no, these do not warrant an investigation.
Well, what can you tell me about the revolution?
Not much. I don't have a fresh perspective on it. Should we go?
Alright. Dang, bullet holes made me take damage. Seriously?
Must be another way into the building.
Alright. Another way into the building.
Yes? Excuse me?
If I want to work this case alone.
Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You've misplaced your badge. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties.
Oh, so you're an unaccountable wreck who has to be supervised. You don't have to take this display of authority. You can
You don't need
disobey.
to supervise me, kid.
Except that I do,
But
detective.
what if I need some me time?
Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself.
Okay, I'll leave the self-care for non-work hours.
Please do. We wouldn't want your regiment to spill over in...
Whatever. Supposedly there might be a way over there. Can't seem to find it, eh? What's this? Don't know.
A sturdy metal door. This could be a way into the apartment building. the
Yeah, I
smoking
checked the
man
backyard
vanished
but couldn't get in that way.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning
Damn.
whatsoever.
Man, your non-compliance is hindering a police matter. I may be forced to refer you for potential prosecution.
I know my rights, and don't you maul me, boy.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Hold your horses. I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
Alright. So, we got our way in. Interesting.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
This woman's health is failing her. There's not much to do.
First,
Not in this damn.
I'm the policeman that asked you to open the door. Are you sure you don't need to see my badge? Alright, I should call a doctor.
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me.
Oh,
You're still worried. It's very worrying.
Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
I'm looking for Martinez.
Oh, you'll find plenty of Martins here. Don't you worry.
You don't understand. I'm looking for a real person named Martin Martinet. He told me he's Martin Martinet.
Pea-brain. Someone played a trick on you. Martin Martinez is a name for anyone who comes from Martinez, like Jim Jamrock or Raoul Ravachol.
Oops. You really didn't get the joke there.
I thought it was obvious. Anyway, officer, we don't have the witness's name.
How about the young male in his mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, a smoker on the balcony? Know where he lives?
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Yep.
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble, I just want to talk to him. Do you know where he lives?
Talk? He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the
Who are
balcony.
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways.
Do you live in?
If you can call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony
I have a few
slippery.
questions about those apartments.
Ask away,
What can you
policeman.
tell me about Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
That's all, thanks.
She mumbles some kind of a response.
Thanks, I'm off.
Then
Wait, what? Is that the door out? Okay. Fascinating.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are.
We cops don't like closed doors and unreachable approaches, or people having the high ground on us. That's right, we've evolved.
Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
that smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Heavy fuel oil.
Red dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock.
She really did it. She's proud of it too.
Fumes are bad for you, okay?
Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
Okay. Catch you later, Cindy. Someone's been sleeping here recently. Enough cold to last several winters. Chemicals. Okay. Ooh, what's this? We got some pour l'homme labour jeans. So that's French for the working man, essentially. I'm gonna take it. It'll slow down my reaction speed, but to give me a little electrochemistry. Wait a minute, I don't want to be here. Door's locked. Unfortunate. But we'll probably be able to get it later. What's here? Ooh, money. Above, torch slapped in the wind. Forgotten hammers and nails rust. And that's all up here, I guess. I guess we might need a flashlight. No, we don't. It's just dark.
A shift in temperature. The air chills around you.
Run my side.
Dust settles on the stony floor. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 degrees Celsius.
Her face
is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
The plan.
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down.
Look around yourself.
It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room.
Shiver. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we got like clothes. Shiver is an interesting stat, I guess you would call that. Yeah, this is our stats right now. Can't really tell what they really do. Some of them are more obvious than others. But our stats talk to us. What's new? Oh, ooh, money. And a healing item, no suffering. We don't need that because any dialogue can hurt us apparently. I mean, any observation can't hurt us. Probably eat it. Flowing all. We do love money. Door 9's locked. What's this? Boogie Streets. I do love money. Robin, we're taken from the poor and given to us.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The number on the panel says 10. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
This is the police. Open up.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
Later then, entering this door seems a physical challenge.
Yeah. We always have to decide which of the voices in our head we talk to, or listen to, I guess.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number 11. No reply. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. A solid pair of chain cutters would make short work of it. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
Alright, fine, we'll do it. I guess we'll use chain cutters. We're gonna do a little property damage, I guess. Or maybe we'll encounter like a deadly person, a dangerous person after using it. We'll see.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the
Alright,
board says,
Oh,
the shackle
pass.
snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud. It should be possible to enter now.
After you, detective.
Okay, let's see what's in here. Enter, we can close and open the door. Interesting. Any money? Oh, we got a lounge jacket. And a conceptualization. Oh my gosh, do we put this on? Nah, not yet. What about our items? Yeah, we got a couple interesting things here, but nah, we don't need any of that.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads, Kraz Marzov.
Why does this tenant have a bust of Krasmazov on this room?
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
Who is this Krasmanov?
He's known as the father of scientific communism, also known as Mazovianism. His theories about economic history greatly influenced, some would even say sparked, the anti-centennial revolution.
Whoever lives here needs to learn how the economy really actually works.
I suspect that's exactly what they are trying to do. There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems.
Okay, that's interesting then. Got a little experience from that. Chemicals, laundry room. Hey, we found flip-up glasses. Alright, how does this help us? +1 logic and -1 authority. How's our authority to begin with? Our authority is pretty high. I think we can afford to do that. Oh yeah. Give us a little more logic, yeah. That should help us with our thinking. We're pretty dumb, but we are at least strong and empathetic, and that's kind of important. Ooh. Oh, what's this? Ooh, money. Just a door, nothing for us here right now.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Someone here really values their security. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home. Knock on the door.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. I think our best chance to catch him is in the evening. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Tomorrow you say? Sounds good tomorrow, sure. What do you mean?
The smoker on the balcony. This is why we are here, right? He might know something about the murder. So tomorrow 9 p.m.
Fine.
Suddenly, he's a little worried about your memory.
Sounds good tomorrow.
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment number 28. Good, let's go.
Or maybe we can do it tonight.
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Don't worry. You'll get him. Remember, tomorrow. He's probably gone for
Okay,
today.
fine, we'll do it tomorrow. Sheesh. But, Voices. Okay. Money. Scared of snoring. Oh, that's a filthy restroom. Magnesium and little alcohol. Commodore Ray. I'll give us a little bravery. Alright, let's see what's out. Yeah, is this actually like a locked door? Yeah, it is. Alright, so we just explored that. What else can we do here? Renee. Who is Renee? I do not know who Renee is. Oh yeah, we gotta call our station's Lazar. Yep. Oh, we gotta track down our badge. What's that? Ah, we can't get to it, yeah.
This Post Lavatorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front.
Good mail delivery box.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox.
I feel your
also.
mail collection box.
The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You shudder, then you swallow,
Oh, wow.
and then suddenly you see it. Over all the other graffitos, someone has, using the tip of a very sharp knife, cut the words, Revachon forever.
Yeah, we're not ready to get those signatures yet. Who's that? Oh, lady from the whirling rags.
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rag. There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but
I'm
still.
looking at you, trash container. You're just a trash container.
Well, it is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing
Jenna,
it.
what do you think could be in there?
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yes, I feel like there's something in there.
What do you mean, feel?
Just a hunch. Maybe someone threw something in there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get the lock open.
We could try using a pry bar. The one you took from my motor carriage. Or...
Did someone say pry
Oh
bar?
yeah, pry bar.
Pry bar, pry bar. Your palms yearn its cold touch, to grasp it once more, as you've done so many times.
No, oh, pry bar.
We might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. And he also has information.
Ask the manager? Bullshit. Go straight for the pry bar and pry this baby wide open.
Yeah, let's go ask the cafeteria manager for the key. Like a sensible adult. Yeah, we're gonna talk to them too.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
Yeah, those keys.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Alright. See, we didn't have to use a pry ball.
This trash container is locked. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Didn't I just have a premonition that something's in there?
There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes of carton.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or empty. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there?
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
Turn out to El Mogus all.
Alright. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
I think someone from the Whirling might have been involved somehow, maybe.
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked, and his establishment had the key. It's just a small
we need to ask
thread.
the kids who put them here.
The fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
Okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer,
What?
is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore, so I threw it away. Must have been cramping my style.
Officer, this is an official piece of paperwork. It probably contains notes on numerous ongoing investigations, and could even list undercover operatives, informants. I suggest integrating it into your style, for all our sakes.
Easier said than done. How could this pathetic cabbage of copy paper and plastic ever become Disco?
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Okay. Oh. First, I need to level up something. What do I want to level up? I don't know. Level fast. We wanted some more suggestions. Yes. Mug, I'm getting that mug too.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron, only in its social sensibility.
Interesting. Reminds me of the mug collection we saw in our weasel's apartment. Maybe he or she has been dumping their garbage here.
An interesting
We
little
got
clue.
something from actually going to the
Let's
apartment.
see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other clues down the road.
Or it may just be a coincidence. Either way, something to keep in mind. What else do you see?
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Alright.
Fuck does Kuno
Uno,
care?
I found your shack.
Yeah, did you fucking
Oh,
there?
this is the pig head.
Oh, that? Kuno decapitates pigs. That's just a Kuno demo tape.
Cool pig head. I want to do this one. Oh well, it should. Oh, forget it. I'm not saying this. Were you trying to send me a message or some sort? Demo tape, like some kind of musician.
Yeah, Kuno plays on snuff radio, fucks pigs, live, fucks their heads off. Kuno's a cop killer.
Okay, I found a plate covered with powder residue. What? Know anything about it?
That's where Kuno gets his daily hit of electric. Kuno Shazam. Kuno rides the fucking lightning in there, pig.
Bet you'd like to ride the lightning too, wouldn't you? You feel tired and old, but you could have that sparkle in your
Also,
eyes.
that tube of magnesium. Yeah.
It's a vitamin, pig. Don't you know anything?
It's magnesium, right?
Yeah, it's the mag. You fucking need that shit to stay on top of your game. Kuno goes through like a tube a day, rips mag like a motherfucker, and you could use a bottle.
Oh, don't teach him, Kuno. He's gonna use it against you,
I know
Kuno.
all about magnesium. I rock it all the time.
You're not getting this, pig. It completely takes away the hangover. It's like you didn't do anything. Like you stayed home playing with your choo-choo.
Fuck you, pig. Don't do mag. You're gonna OD and you're gonna fucking
I heard
die.
about this.
Good call, Pigmeister. Don't come and talk to Kuno about his kingdom.
Okay.
Kuno doesn't fuck.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots, anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs.
What kind of boots?
Heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails, all over the yard. What do you think you are? A super detective? You're hungover. These are just dents in the mud. No pattern emerges for the time being.
Visual calculus is terrible. We're not gonna get anywhere like that.
You see a set of tire tracks in.
Let's see if we can call anybody.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Alice, please connect me to Station 41's Lazarus.
It will take just a moment, officer.
Her voices fade out into the familiar radio static.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Just a routine check-in.
Oh, it's you.
Was that a snarl or a suppressed groan?
You know who I am.
Here.
Yes, there's no end to the misfortunes fate has seen fit to rain upon me.
Good fortune. You mean for good fortune, right? You're basking in the floodlight of my glory.
Basking in your glory, yeah. Practically drowning in it. Please, tell me what your complaint is before I am completely...
I've lost my memory, all of it.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
There is no surprise in his voice.
You're not surprised, okay? Anything else?
What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
Had a heart attack.
And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile?
Sort of. But by God, does it burn in your chest.
Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also, death is a natural part of life.
Accept it. The body is an object, and objects break down. Do what good you can with yours, before the rest goes to you.
For me?
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body?
Destroy my morale. Yes, I want the truth.
You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime.
So it's political. You're being neglected because of political reasons. The money is probably going to some old, oily...
And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like Mactorson.
It's not fucking cryoacrylate. It's super glue, Doc.
I guess that's it for now.
What? You want me to do that? I need to go.
It's not fucking...
Anything else I can help
I
you
need
with,
you to
officer?
connect me to a civilian, Sylvie. She may have reported a murder.
Of course. What is her number,
Can I give you
officer?
Sylvie's number?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
This is police calling. I have some questions about you about your last days at work.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again. There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
You quit your job at the Whirling. Why?
You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Wait, why aren't you comfortable discussing with me?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone.
Okay, alright. I won't push you on this. Are you ever going to come back? Are you ever coming back to work?
Maybe, I don't know. I just know I have to take some time off
Was
right
it you
now.
who called the police?
No, not me.
Why didn't you call? Didn't the corpse behind your workplace bother you?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the corpse.
Why not? You should have called the police.
No one calls the police. The union would get angry.
Who knew that?
You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Garbage.
Okay. I am the authority around here. Looks like there's a limit to my authority then. Tell me, what exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? Nah. I'll say this.
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
I see, don't worry about it, I understand.
You do? What else can I do
You
for
never made
you?
the call?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on.
You know who put the victim's clothes in the trash?
No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was terrified of the stench and...
Have you seen my badge?
And the corpse. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The
My
law.
badge is missing. Have you seen her anywhere?
Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real police would have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours?
Not my uniform, too. Yeah, Kim doesn't seem to have a uniform, and he seems real to me.
He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is. There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun detective.
I showed you my gun. When did it happen?
You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and...
Sounds like it's going to be bad. Do you really
And
want to know?
what did I do?
You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Some poor sod was trying to eat his pudding while you were screaming, spit flying, imitating the mercy shot right next to him. Spat some in his food. I don't think he touched it after. People tried to back away from you, or even slip out of the door. But you screamed. I am the goddamned law, and you have to listen to me. You are all suspects in a murder investigation.
Okay, I don't know what to say.
Me neither.
Okay, yes, but what happened to my gun?
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask.
Okay. Yeah, I found my patrol cloak earlier, but have you seen my policeman uniform?
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on, the disco thing.
Somewhere in a dank rental apartment, two police officers stand in the dark. Trash and liquor bottles cover the floor. Things are not good. One of the men, trying not to slip on old newspapers, makes his way to the window and pulls the curtains apart. Roaches scatter as the light comes in. Goddamn. Officer Michelle Elfboy Williams speaks to himself. His partner, Sundance Fisher, looks at the patrol uniform he's wearing, then at an identical suit frame on the wall. It's blue and covered in dust. Let's get the fuck out of there. He turns to Williams. He hasn't been here in days.
Do you know how my paperwork ended up in the trash container behind the whirling?
Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir, clogging it completely, After I had unclogged the toilet and
Oh,
retrieved the
God.
paperwork, I threw it out in the trash, thinking you didn't need it. I am sorry about that. Anything else, Detective?
Hey, do you want to grab a cup of coffee with me sometime? Oh my gosh, this guy. Sure, I'll ask that. Nah, she sounds like she doesn't like me.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, thought so. Hurt my morale. I think I got everything I need, thanks.
I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
Wait, why does she seem angry with you?
Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there.
Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything.
I'm not mad. It's just you were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. Just made me want
What's
to
cool
quit.
thing?
The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Why do I always end up screwing everything up?
It was a pretty bird, there since I started working in whirling. I really liked her. We call her Scotty.
There's genuine sadness in her voice.
Thank you for talking with me. So you tell me I was the one who made you want to quit?
Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I'd ever seen. And I had seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months.
Go on,
But
I want to
you-
know what I did.
Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I hate it now.
Alright, was that all?
Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is. The coolest guy in Jamrock. Something about disco,
I'm sorry.
too.
Yeah, there's just no other answer for that.
And then I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill
Okay, I did. I wasn't a
yourself.
very good tenant.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
I'm truly sorry for everything, Sylvie.
God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
You said I was singing. What did I sing? I'm looking for a song.
All sorts of things. The OO, some disco, rock too. So much disco
Maybe you
and
can
rock.
help me identify this one particular song.
Which one would
One
that
that was
be?
really sad.
Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in San Sans. Richard, that write-up.
Interesting.
Right.
You still have
Thanks
to find
you
it,
for
however.
talking with me. Take care.
You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then, the already familiar voice.
Anything else I can help you
No,
with,
no, I'm
officer?
done.
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set.
Well. Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Yes?
I guess we can go to our inventory, interact with the damage ledger.
The note is written with a blue pencil on a
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is someone has scribbled. S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Suliswa.
I wonder who wrote that note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here. That's a plausible hypothesis. It belongs inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your
Do you
disco
have any idea
tapes.
what the frozen ice cream maker could be? I know.
I don't know. I assume it's...
Didn't you see one right next to the brick?
Really? You don't have a single guess? Oh, I'm sure the child would love to get his hands on a filament memory.
Fractured bullet.
The bullet is safely sealed away in a plastic beside his orderly handwriting. The
What do I
bullet
do
looks
with you,
especially sad,
bullet?
like a tiny...
What?
It said, what do I do with your bullet?
Well, if I was the bullet, which I'm not,
Good
I would
idea.
say, if we find who owns it, we will have likely found who used it. In conclusion, the more we know about this bullet of yours, the better.
The squashed bullet has some sharp edges where the jacket has split open. It feels cold. The jacket of the bullet is made of a yellowish metal. It has blossomed out to reveal a dark grey core. You can just about make out a few striations near the base of the bullet. It's quite destroyed.
What can you say about the bullet so
plus
far?
5mm.
A jacketed bullet. Okay. It would have been shot from a military-grade breech-loading rifle, not from a muzzleloader, like those typically found on the street.
We were right. This came from a serious weapon.
Even the RCM uses ordinary unjacketed conical bullets. This is strange. Very strange. I like this, officer. Strange means unique. Unique means incriminating. We need to find the gun that shot it.
Something tells you that won't be anytime soon. This'll have to be one of those epic tasks that's open for all.
Let's see.
You can't remember what happened last week. What makes you think you're going to remember arcane firearm models? You take the legal documents out of the envelope, a 12 to 40 month construction period, and the zoning plan. The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's...
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not...
There doesn't seem to be anything of interest here. No fine print. You're smart. You can read. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal pee. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clip. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off
I mean,
if you
kitchen
want.
tissue. They look exactly the same.
If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue. It's not though. It's toilet paper.
Alright, take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper, I mean kitchen tissue, sorry, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better. An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to
Interesting.
our
What
same
kind of
property.
information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that. Your kill count. Yours will surely have
How can I read it?
count.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will
Like,
do.
for example?
All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just
That's all,
turn the
thank you.
lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
2 cases a week, a good caseload, Lieutenant.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it.
2
Lest you
cases a
start
week
making
appear to have
mistakes.
been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I can meet anything, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes,
sure
by
I've
the
made
way.
plenty of mistakes.
It was presumptuous of me. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was mention of a naming convention here.
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a
Oh my.
name.
Written in capital letters, too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the Ukar Parlor. Even the rare Article 3 collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. You like this grimy murdering, don't you? Wish there was one in there about a drug den. You love those. Gets the blood pumping. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Okay, my cases appear to be in place some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time
I
of
mean a
arrival at the
non-numeric
scene?
one with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense,
What
almost
is that?
everyone in the RCM does. It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that. I pray his loved ones never find
What
out.
happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace
Let's open
accident.
an official case, is it, Root?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case
You meant
into
to type out.
subtasks to accomplish. The tasks you've completed flow out of the pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body, get the body down, interview the cafeteria manager. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you.
And a fuck you to you too.
That last one cuts a slash right through.
Dang, feels good.
Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
No, actually. Any
The
ideas?
Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we started
I
using
don't
it.
expect these.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly
Can
papers.
I read the case
They're a little
files
further
now?
from your nose now. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 41120111700, the Next World Mural. Why yes, your precinct number is 41. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials. Harry Dubois, HDB. Still feels like there's something
I
missing
think what you
from
meant to say was Rack. Raphael Ambrosius Custor. Fine, then I give up on Raphael.
That's comforting to hear. Now, detective, it takes half an hour to piece one of these together, if you still want to. Here are your options.
Next World Mural.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lecturers have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World Mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I ever find out who came up with it?
The case files do not show you finding the author of the design. The crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
I must have voted and possibly even lobbied to remove the thing because I don't believe in that rubbish one bit. I guess, I don't know. No class is not to blame, it's human nature.
Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? What do you want to tackle next? Or are we done? AKA Leslie and Burke, AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk, is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. You were so drunk, you didn't remember what it was when you signed on. That, or you were high. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression. You would think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition because that's where the action is. Threatening, fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH, had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing? Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. Kill them. They broke it. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore, can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke, who knows, but both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved, which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
Sure. I can revisit this.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard. In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms, a monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields. These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organ, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organ. Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back you see the embossed letters, RCM. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center. There's pain in there, if you want some. That much you know. Blue. The blue heart.
Oh,
Don't look into it. With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip screwed to the top of the board. Is not what you end up doing. You squeeze the plastic to slide it open, but nothing happens. Then you bend it some, then crack it. The goddamn thing is stuck. A hot flash of rage comes over you. For a moment there, before it recedes, you feel as though you might just squeeze a tear of anger out of your duct. Makes you wonder, why? It's unjust, that's why. You can't even get to that thing anymore. The fucking drunks. It's their fault. You should have drunk the liquor out of that fucker's skull. The ledger quivers in your hand. As it shakes, the pages rustle. This pathetic mess suddenly afraid of you for some reason. Arson, petty theft, spousal. You don't exactly. It takes about half an hour to piece one together. Using the system, it would be very interesting to read about these, wouldn't it? I mean, there seems to be a square-shaped entry wound in the victim's forehead. She's been sitting there for weeks, on her rocking chair, with a square hole in her skull, staring at the wall. That's all you got. From the half hour you spent piecing it together, all you know is the entry wound was square-shaped. You never found the bullet. And then another body showed up, also with a square hole. Who knows? Those pages are missing. What now? Don't worry. One day.
Couch in an unexpected location. I can revisit this.
Not much has changed. The acidic stench of rotting food has rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat. The stuff of death itself.
Okay, that was interesting.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
This mug will be useful. By announcing I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling. Yeah, this mug is an example of purchase. I'm gonna use it as an example of what not to do.
But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work?
Alright, whatever. Skill point. What was that? Interfacing, I guess. We could do that. I think that's what I need.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
Someone's gonna keep it sane around here.
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the
First, what is this
kingdom of conscience. It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In
How do
all
you
of
bring
human
about
history,
these
it's
circumstances?
only been achieved a handful of times. Incrementally. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
What about all the things that are wrong now?
Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What sang-froid? What benevolence? What a fucking joke.
Wait, is a king of conscience really about doing things or just preserving the status quo?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed? There you have it. Sometimes holding the line
Okay, but what is
progress.
the kingdom of consciousness actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend and even more difficult to describe, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even
Sounds incredible. How long's it?
post-sexual.
Let's go right there right now.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the
Let's get
part
there
about
eventually.
compromising and taking? That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
Okay. Let me get this again real quick.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. Just relax. The two sides of the board are slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off the slides. All you need to do is bend the plastic on your knee. Slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, you know, without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment
inside?
is now open. 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Pick up the ticket stubs.
2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. It smells of chewing gum. Apricot flavor, a touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti. Familiar handwriting lines the
no, it's a bad
inside of the
memory.
card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it
It'll
away,
make me happy.
please. A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers far away. You feel the card slipping into it.
Let's go.
Hold on to it. Read the card.
Your hands shake, holding onto it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, no.
Hold on.
Hold on. To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything alright?
Did we die? Did we die? I hope we didn't die. What? Bro. We should have listened to our voices, huh? Wait, what?
There is nothing. Again. Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout. Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia. That's me. Blue eyes, that's me. Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water.
Yeah, that's stuff.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Was it the X something?
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
It was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape. Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause. Your name is fuck all.
It certainly ain't Harry. Your name is passed out on the ground, dragged around by one of the other evil apes.
Enough,
They're taking you somewhere.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecule.
What is that?
No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am I?
The upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
Came to... I was dehydrated. It won't happen again.
Right. You
That's all
dropped
we
this. Are you okay to proceed? Good.
The Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used both at...
The afternoon sun
Why am I thinking
shimmers
about this?
off the
Was I
white on
supposed to?
blue police livery of the motor carriage. Do something important? Something murder-related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of me. Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kanema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. Someone has waxed it recently.
That machine really puts a look on locomotion. Very cool. What's
You
back
want
in
to
there?
take a closer look? 130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
7.2. Supercharged.
Saying these words
fine machine.
brings him immense joy.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down. It's a bit girly right now. Fit it with some proper off-road components.
You need to slam it, okay? Make it more imposing.
Sorry, I'm not following you.
Lingo
Upright
into
200 mil. Get the caliber to frosty minus. I'm not either. Don't know why I say that.
Well, maybe don't just say every little thing in your head. Yes.
It's nice
With a
and all.
winch and
It's a
one
bit
tire, we could take it off the
girly
beaten
right
path.
now. Fit it with...
We are not going to that. Because this is clearly a
Okay.
sports motor carriage. Yes.
It's nice and all. It's a bit good.
Sorry.
Lingo...
No. That's porno tuning.
Use bigger words.
Okay. Trust me, it's cool. Alright, what about the spinners then, huh?
Those spinners were elegant, sleek, radiant even.
Trust me.
What you're
it's cool.
suggesting is porno. Porno. That's short for pornography.
Okay, alright, I guess it did get a little porny in there.
I'm sincerely relieved
Okay,
I don't
let's
have to try and convince you.
Alright, well, let's get in there, you know. Grab the little filament. Well, you know, this is a good place to stop. We're gonna grab the filament and, yeah. I'll end the video here, and I'll see y'all next time. See ya.